Hey there, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. I'm Violet. If this is your first time to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Also, click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new tutorial. And if you enjoy this tutorial, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. So today I'm going to share with you how I made this beautiful rose wreath. I've been wanting to make one for a while, so I was excited to be able to figure out how to make it using all Dollar Tree supplies. So what I did was grab one of these strainers and then 4 rows of mesh and some twist ties. So what I did was basically grab the mesh and cut it for about 10-inch squares. Then I folded point to point. As you can see, I made it kind of like in a triangle, pinched it together, and then I used one of the twist ties to bunch it all together and make it hold. And then just cut any of that extra mesh off from the bottom, and that's going to be one of your petals. So all you're going to do is grab your mesh again, and I used again 4 rows of mesh. You're just going to cut it to size, depending on how big you want your petals to be, but I thought the size 10-inch, about a 10-inch square was big enough for me, just because the mesh size itself is a lot smaller than what you would typically buy, say at your other crafting stores, which you're welcome to do that, but I wanted to try to make it using just all Dollar Tree supplies. So again, just pinch it together and then grab a twist tie. And as you can see, I just kind of cut the twist tie into 3 or 2 slide pieces, and then I just twisted it onto my mesh to make that petal, and then cut off any of the extra mesh on the bottom. So just continue doing that until you're done with all 4 rows. Once you're done, before you're finished, grab one of your squares and you're going to make the center, which is the petal, the center part of your rose. And all you do is start it off the same way you make your petals, but instead of bunching it together, you're going to twist it into each other just like this on both sides. And then this is going to be the center of your rose. And you do the same thing and just grab a twist tie, twist it together, and cut off any of that excess mesh at the bottom. And then all you're going to do is start adding them around your petals just like this, and put that center part in the middle. Just to give you an idea, that's the way it's going to start looking. So once you're done with all of your mesh petals, go ahead and grab the strainer. And then what I did was I just I figured out where the center was at, just to give me an idea of where to start. And then all I'm going to start doing is basically put my centerpiece of the rose right there, and then I'm going to continue adding the petals around it. And all you do is just use your fingers and kind of push in both of the sides of your twist tie. You're going to just push it through. This does take a little bit of figuring out. I'm not going to lie, it did kind of start hurting my fingers after a while, but you can use some pliers or something like that to help you twist them, push them through the screen. But just go ahead and start wrapping them around. And once you're done with the center one and you twisted that and secured it, go ahead and start getting your petals, and you're going to wrap them around that center rose petal. And don't worry, it's not going to look perfect at the beginning, because the point here is you're going to try to make all your petals be as close as possible to each other, so it can start lifting and shaping itself into a rose. So when you grab your second one, you're going to go halfway from the first petal, and you're going to go ahead and add that second petal. So as you can see here, it's going to be half of the first petal. And then you're going to just push that, thread it through your twist ties, and you're going to twist it and tie it together. And just continue doing that all around your first row of petals, you could say the first circle. But making sure that each time you put your petal in there, you're going to put it in between, like the center of the petal that you put in first, if that makes sense. So just go ahead and grab another petal, and as you can see, I'm going to lift it up right in this middle of both, and then twist it and push it through, and there you go. And just twist it at the back, and just continue doing this all throughout your entire screen until you're happy with the size of rose that you're going to make. Like I said, since this was the first time I made one, I wanted to stay with a traditional red, but I can easily see this being made in so many different colors for every season, really. I was super excited. I'm actually going to keep this one and save it for Valentine's. So for Valentine's, I already know that I'm going to be using a lot of roses and traditional red just because I made this rose wreath. So stay tuned for all of those ideas that I'm going to be making for Valentine's. So make sure you guys do follow me to get all those ideas. So again, just kind of keep continuing adding your petals and just threading those twist ties through the screen, which again, that was more time consuming than anything. It kind of just hurt my fingers after a while. You could use gloves or, like I said, some pliers or something, but I just kind of threaded it through and then just twisted them to make sure they were nice and secure. Now, once you're done, you can go to the back and just start trimming and cutting off all of those extra pieces of the twist tie in the back if you like, or you can even add like some fabric in the back if you don't want that to be seen. But you honestly won't even see it once you're done adding all the petals to your rose. So once you get to a certain size, you can just start looking around it and making sure they're all even and all of the sides look more proportioned and evened out. If you think you need another petal, just go ahead and add it on the opposite side, and just continue doing this. But if not, you just keep going in circles until you're completely done. But the trick is trying to put them as close as possible and as tight as possible to make it look more as a rose like this. So once you're done with adding all of your petals, what I did was just grab some of this green mesh that I had and just kind of make some leaves for my rose. And I just cut 2 of them and just kind of folded them in half long ways just to make a shape of a leaf. You guys let me know in the comments below what kind of color or rose are you going to be making using Dollar Tree supplies, because I can even see this, like I said, for all different holidays. Even for the 4th of July, I know they have a red, white, and blue mesh that you can get there. So obviously you can make this for any holiday or just for fun, or have it in a little girl's room. I think this would look so pretty, you know, maybe 3 or 4 grouped together in different colors depending on the little girl's theme, or even a makeup room. It would look really, really pretty, more like a 3D rose on your wall instead of, I know some people do some of the paper roses. This is a completely different option of doing that, which is more budget friendly if you ask me. So just go ahead and tie your leaves together the same way using a twist tie, and then just place them anywhere you want by threading your twist tie through the screen again. And then once you're done doing that, just go ahead and adjust everything. And if you want to add more leaves, you can, or just leave it as is. As you can see, I added some more at the other side. Then you can also just leave the handle of the screening, the drainage, and just go ahead and use that to hang your wreath. But I didn't like the way it looked, so I went ahead and just bent it back, and then I popped off that little black part. Once you start bending it back and forth, if I would have known I wasn't going to like it, I would have taken that off before I even started my rose. But, you know, you learn as you go too. So what I did was just bend it back, and then I just used the same extra twist ties that were in the back, instead of cutting them off, and just tied them onto the handle to make sure it stayed nice and secure towards the back. And then you can still hang it up with that handle anywhere you like. And there you have it, a beautiful rose wreath using mainly or all Dollar Tree supplies. So what do you guys think? So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.